Good morning, reflectant, reflectant giver. You beat me to it, man. Good morning. You beat me to it this morning. Wow. I hope you had a good night. Behave yourself. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. One thing for sure, you were always with me. Yeah, man. You have always been. I don't know what had happened then, but a lot of persons have come and gone, and I'm trying to know, trying to realize what could have been happening. But it's all a part of life. Right now, I should be sleeping. I was awake most of the time and then doing some things, and then I fell off into a little sleep. So when I woke up, I said, whoa, what's this? Did I oversleep? So I rushed out of bed. But let me say good morning to each and everyone, wherever you are, and you're awake. Give the Lord thanks for another day. We could wake ourselves. He has given the opportunity to be another time around giving Him praise and thanks. I'm so thankful to be up, and I am feeling very good this morning. Right? I'm feeling very happy because I'm alive and I'm kicking, I'm well. But I'm still here. Happy to see persons joining me. And I must say that, even though you hear the voice so little, I am quite happy. Guys, as you come on in, just like up the live and give the thumbs up. If you give me the thumbs up and it means good morning and you want to run off, I won't I won't be upset. Just give me a little good morning thumbs up, man. Just thumbs up for good morning. And I know some of you will not be really staying. I know for different reasons. You have your jobs to go to, you have to go to classes, and you have different timelines, different deadlines to meet. And so you don't want to really rush. And so some people, they're not at the right channel that they want to be, but don't think that you're at the wrong place. God brought you here for a purpose. So touch the thumbs up button and I take it for a good morning before you run away. But whatever you do, God sees and blesses your heart, as well as I'm here asking for His continued grace and His blessings towards me and towards others. Right? So let me say once more, those who are here, maybe you have not really come check in fully. You're just there looking to see what is going to be next. I normally start the Bible, a passage of scripture, before I do anything. And then I go into what I would love us to discuss. So whatever you have to discuss, as long as it is not anything politically or anything on religion, because I have to respect the politics. I have to respect the religious part of life. So everybody can't be on the same side, and I don't want to be singled out or single out anybody. We have to control our privacy because that is one of our community guidelines. So whatever we're going to talk about, whoops, don't let it be at the discipline for our morning. Don't. Oh my Lord. I decided to not staying up this morning, but by the grace of God, it will have to. All right, I brace it. Good morning, Romance. No, it's the it keeps falling down. So I think I remedy the situation now. I catch it. because it's a little top heavy, because the phone is a little heavier than the actual stand that I have. The stand is very light. So I push up the phone so that it can have enough space. Yes, so, well, thank you, gamer, because I'm buying another one right now. Welcome to Anti D TV, and give God thanks. Just give Him thanks. And I did not get to feast on what I would want to feast on, but I am just going to pick a verse. Oh, the receiver was turned wrong, you know. Is it any better? I hope it's much better now. I hope it is much better. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. All right, so I'm just going to say, good morning, my dear sister T. The phone keep falling down this morning. I don't know what is wrong with the phone, but I'm going to try my best with it. Happy Friday. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all hearing me better. Thank you, Faith. I'm going to find. It's a quick psalm. And I'm going to read a psalm that most of us knows. Most of us knows. And today, remember, today is the start of the weekend. Today is Friday, and people have a million and one things to do. And I'm not going to be held accountable by holding you on for unnecessary time. So I'm going to do quickly so everybody can be about doing what they want to do within a reasonable time. So I'm going to read to you a short passage from Psalms 100. I know it's a well-known passage. You want me to read Psalm 91? Okay. Thank you for the suggestion, Mr. T. Okay. I'm going to read Psalm 91. Right? All right. And if you have your Bibles with you guys, you can turn to, and if you don't have a Bible, please try to download the Bible app. It's very useful for you to have. Anytime you want to read it, just go to the app. If you want to watch something, or you go just have that there, and you're going to find out that it's very, very important and good for you to have on your phone. Let me begin, and you can follow and read too in your space. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will sing of the Lord. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes art thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall cover me, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. And the last verse, with long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Here ends the word of the Lord. So as we see, the psalmist David was crying out to the Lord to say, right, for us to remember that if we allow the Lord to cover us, because He's there wherever we are, and God is everywhere. So whatever it is, once you're anchored under the banner of Christ, no evil shall come nigh you. Nothing. Because the God, Lord Himself shall be the one who covers. And if you have a shield and a protector, right, you're well covered. You don't need to do anything but stay under that shield and protector. And it, as it says here, the Lord, we must trust Him. Just trust Him, right? And He's our fortress. Our fortress means nothing. It's a protection. He's our protector, right? So whatever that happens, whatever people does, some people they do bad things about others and they pretend. So whatever a person wants to do, whether because most people tend to want to hurt people's feelings or physically, mentally, they try to find an opportune time. Sometimes when you're down, you're not at your best, you may be out of a job, or you're just physically, mentally stressed. They find a way to come at you. But when they do, the Lord is already covering you. So nothing, no darts, nothing that they plan to do shall ever affect you. But first, we have to learn to trust the Lord. If you don't trust Him, it doesn't make sense. And we can use our mouths to say, just, I trust the Lord with all mine heart. And your heart is not saying it. Remember, God sees the heart, right? And here He says also that He will give His angels charge. He will send His angels to protect us, to cover us, because He knows how much we can bear, and He knows we cannot stand against the darts that the devil they will send at us. Darts mean that they can be able to make us unalive not just physically but mentally and also physically. We see what happens around us every day, and all these things come as a result of selfishness. Selfishness. Whatever you're doing in life, there's always the devil always put persons there to create a blockage. And when I say a blockage, I don't mean to put a block in a way that you cannot step over it physically. Prevent is a block means preventing you. They may bring news to supervisor. They may try to physically get you out of the way. There are so many things that people do. But with all of what they want to do, the promise is given that he will cover us. And you call upon Him, He will answer. Many times we don't want to call on Him. We have too much pride within us, so we don't call on Him. We take our time. Lord, you hear us. To call on Him. Just like when you want to talk to somebody, you call the person. Call on Him. Ask the Lord to help us, and then you cannot call on Him if you don't have a relationship with Him. But still, he listens because he knows your heart. He knows at what point you're going to call on him. And when you call on him, he will never say he's too busy. He will never turn his head away. He will listen. He will listen, right? Because he says, knock and I will answer. Seek and ye shall find, right? So, how are we to communicate with God? We communicate with him through prayer, right? We communicate with him through prayer. So we may not have to kneel at times. We may want to stand. We may sit in maybe we're at a position where we cannot kneel. You could be traveling in a vehicle and you feel impressed to talk with the Lord. At that moment, you just may close your eyes and be quiet in the vehicle and a space. And there it is. Maybe that prayer you pray while you were in the vehicle. It's a coverage that you didn't even see you coming. Maybe something would have happened and you call on the Lord. Remember the two thieves on the cross, right? So we must call upon him. Always call upon him, right? And it says here, with long life, means as long as you live, call on the Lord. He is never too tired. He's never too busy. Call on him. He says, call on him while he's near, right? And he will show you thy salvation. Because Jesus came and died to, to, to give us eternal life. And if we don't utilize and do what he wants us to do, he said he has laid a promise to us and he's going to fulfill it. But he has to go back. So he has left the Holy Spirit. He didn't have to come, but he came. And he said he's going back and he's gone back. But he is coming again. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean that he's gone and we cannot communicate with him. We can talk with him and tell him our struggles, tell him the happiness that we are going through. He knows if the happiness is going to be for a short while. He knows. He knows if the happiness is going to be for a short while. He knows how long. He knows what you can endure. So whatever it is, call on the Lord. He promised that he'll return. He said he's going to prepare a mansion. Call on him. We don't want to be left out. If we allow ourselves to be left out, it's going to be at our own peril. Because he started the work and he told us what to do. Right? As I said a few days ago, everybody has a talent, but sometimes we can't even identify the talent. He gives every man according to what he can do. He gives every person. And the one that got the least didn't think it make any sense, so he went and hid it. And those that got more, which means that they had more challenges in life, they came back rejoicing. They were able to multiply, right? But the one that got the least think it is too little, it doesn't make any sense. He went and hid it. It means that he didn't do anything for the Lord. So when the master returns, he will have nothing to say. He has nothing. But let us not try to be like the one with no talent. Let us, whatever we do, let us try to do what God wants us to do. We, as the song says, I may not be able to sing like angels, preach like Paul, but I must can tell the love of Jesus, what he has done in my life. You can see what he has done in your life. Because we can say he died for all. He didn't die for one set of people, and he didn't die for one person, or 1,000 or 1,000,000. He died for everybody. So if we turn our backs on salvation, we are the ones who are going to suffer. The devil knows what heaven is like. He was there, but he was not there as a devil, but he was there, and he knows. And because of his whole attitude of jealousy, he had to be taken out, right? And he was thrown out. And because of that, now sin come into being, and we learned where he started his acts in heaven, where he has to be thrown out. And God gave him chances. God gave him chances, but he held on, and he even pulled some of the angels with him. I think I read where he pulled 1/3, and some of them came. But when they see what was going to happen, they went and asked for pardon and returned. But some held with him. And I think today they would have been so They are so unhappy, but at the same time, their time is expired. So let's not wait until our time is expired. Let's have the Lord be with us. Let's have Him hold us. Let Him control our lives, and we will see the reward of it all. So let me end that passage, Psalm 91, and feel free. You can go and look at it. And every time I read something, I get more ideas, right? So you read and talk to the Lord. So in the next minute, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to allow each person in their own space to speak to the Lord while I'm going to do mine quiet as well, right? Amen. Today is June 20th. We are down to, we have another 10 days in the month to go, and that is going to end this first half of the year. So we are 10 days away from completing the month of June to be completely ending the first half of 2025, right? So then after, we're going into the second half, and as we know, each year, the year has 12 months. So half year is 6 months. And earlier on last week, I mentioned how much we make resolutions and how we sometimes fall by the wayside and we don't. Good morning, Abby Explorer. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live. Right. So we try to, when I break in, I lose concentration. We try to make pledges, but we're not able to keep them. But in the same breath, when we make pledges, we must try to keep them, because when we don't keep them, we still have to analyze to see why we didn't keep it. And if we were able to keep it, what did we achieve? Did we achieve the goal we had set out when we had just started? Because if you're not, you have to set a goal. And that is why sometimes I don't believe in really setting New Year's resolution, because it's hard to follow through. It's hard to follow through. I believe in setting goals for a specific period of time, not necessarily, because to me, setting New Year's resolution is like a joke. Everybody come up with this thing first day or two in the year, and then they throw it away. To me, you can set your goals according to how you are able to achieve them. So some people may not be even at that time of the year. You understand? But persons really do it because they want to see how well. But I don't see it being kept. Because when you ask persons about it, it's like, the year is old. You get a lot of different excuses. So I believe that you should have your goals, and you don't necessarily have to set them for the beginning of the year, right? But it is wise, I believe, to have goals. It is wise. It is wise. You can't go through life without setting goals. I think it is important, but it all depends on how you're able to match it. If you're able to set the goals at the beginning of the year, or you set them and they didn't come true, why the goals didn't come true? Did you put too much of a high standard? Can you work through a goal for a whole year? You're going to set a goal for a whole year, Why not set the goal for a month or 2 months or a 3 month? So within, say for example, you want to make some resolutions. You could probably put it, say, the first 3 months in the year. That's what I'm suggesting. You don't have to do that. So it gives you enough time to move around, to look at and weigh everything to see if it is possible. And you look at your goals and say, oh, within the 3 months, I was halfway towards achieving, but you know what went wrong right there. So you say, okay, I'm going to go back and try to remedy making this goal and see if I can do better with what I didn't do well to achieve the goal. Maybe, maybe, maybe I will do better at it this time. So when you're able to do that, to me, it's shorter. You can revisit quicker instead of staying a whole year or a whole 6 months, right? That's my thinking because you have to balance it. They're going to wait a whole year before analyzing what you didn't do well, what you could have done even better, right? So that's it for me, with regards to resolutions. Now I want to look now at, and guys, if you have something to say, we can pose a question. I don't want to be me alone talking. We don't have a monologue thing going here, right? Okay, I want to look at ourselves, right? And persons may not be happy, but this is something I've been thinking about, and I'm going to write it so I don't forget. Not that I will forget, but because when I pay attention to the camera to watch the views, I tend to slip up. And sometimes I don't remember the point. So let me, you know, sometimes it sticks and it doesn't move. I want to look at a topic this morning. And I'm not contradicting what people are doing, but I'm looking at it from a health point of view. And that is exercise. Exercise. Why do you think it is important to exercise? Why do you think it's important to exercise? I'm asking a question this morning because I want to get persons to respond. And the thing is not moving, and I don't want it to be writing, and it's not going, it's not moving. Why do you think it's important to exercise? I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about it. I don't want to rush your thoughts. I don't want to rush your thoughts. So let me give you a few minutes to think about it. Why do you think it's important to exercise? Think about it. I know you have to put your thoughts together and then you have to type it. But think about it. We have enough time in the morning here. Sorry. Sorry. Good morning, Trinity sister. Good. How are you? Sorry. It's not moving this morning. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I don't see anything coming up yet, so I'll continue. But I want I want us to respond so we can have a discussion on it. Exercise. Why should we exercise? Why should we, exercise the body? And then we can look into the different types of exercise that people do. I would say, but I'm waiting for the response. I don't want to be running ahead. I don't want to run ahead of people. Why do you say it's very good? It can't be just very. What do you do to say it's very good? I was eating the orange, guys, and the orange just decided to choke me. So, and while I'm here, so I have to go and clear up the truth. The orange, yeah. You say it's very good. What do you do to say it's very good? Yes, it's very good, but what? Why do you say it's very good? Have you ever tried doing exercise? You ever tried the Trinity Sister? Have you ever tried doing some exercise? Okay, very good. So we know it is very good. How do you feel after you do some exercise? It can be lifelong, but what do we need to do to make it a lifelong thing? And Trinity, what do you do when you do exercise? How do you feel after? How do you feel after you do the exercise? And Sister T says it's long life. Sorry, lifelong. You want us to say some more on it, Sister T, for somebody who may come on later and don't understand what you mean when you say lifelong? I know what you mean, but just in case we all interpret it different, you can't be telling me good and good every time, Trinity. You have to tell me what do you do to say it is good. You haven't said it yet, It is good, but what do you do? How do you know it is good? You know it is good, but what do you do to make it be good? Thank you, Reluctant, for coming back. What do you do? Okay, now you're saying you do some running. When you run, what happens? What happens when you run? Reluctant Gamer, we are talking about why should we exercise? Why should we do exercise? and everybody have a point of view. How do I get blue name? What you mean blue name? I don't understand what you mean. How do I get blue name? I'm talking about exercise. I don't know what you're speaking about when you say, how do I get blue name? How success? You exercise for your health and it will bring lots of success in life. What sort of success? What do you mean when you say success? Trinity says she gets tired. So when you do exercise, you get tired. And Reluctant is saying, Tetia name blue. Tetia name is not blue. Her name is Tetia Watson. That's what you see there. I know what you're driving at, but I'm not going in that direction. I'm talking about exercising. Exercising. Why should we exercise? And Trinity is trying to deliver herself. No, Reluctant is saying that you exercise to get money, happiness, mental health, physical health, everything good will come to you. When you exercise, everything good comes to you. I don't think I get you very clearly. Because when you exercise, what do you mean that you look at the many things that you have put out? I understand some of them, but how can you get money? How can you get money? You get happiness through exercising. What sort of happiness do you get when you exercise? What sort of mental health? Mental health is very wide. You get physical health. Physical health in what? It is very wide too. So we don't want to exercise in the body. Why should you I don't mean you personal, I'm generalizing. Why should a person exercise? Okay, so it keeps your mind positive, so it will build your mental health, right? And it keeps your mind positive, it will bring you happiness because you're not going to be thinking negative thoughts. You're going to be focused, right? And you made some other things, so it helps you to live longer. How does it help you to live longer? We are reasoning so that when at the end of the life we can all say that we have learned something. Because I need to learn from you and you from me. And persons who do come, that persons come back on the live after we have left and they watch them. So we don't want them to watch it as another live. We want them to learn from it. It helps you to live longer, right? I don't know what you're trying to say. You're trying to put across something and you sound confused. You sound confused. So Reluctant Gamer, I'm not going to follow your point because you come, it's like you have different agenda. So I don't know what you're trying to bring across. Abby the Explorer has not put out anything towards the discussion. All I see Abby doing is posting emojis. I don't know what she's trying to say. I'm not going to look into a person's emoji to determine what they're trying to say because I could interpret them wrong. I could interpret them wrong. So, I like when this YouTube is looking out for interaction because even when we are done with our discussion, YouTube goes through the live. Don't think that is just done and put down. YouTube, before it is published, YouTube goes through them. They go through. That is what is on your brain. No, you're not a moderator. I had a spring cleaning the other day, so I took the moderator from them. And I'm not going to divert my discussion to moderator. I'm not talking about moderator now. I choose, and I'm not going to go back on that no, because some persons, they are not functioning effectively as a moderator. They just want to be in the blue coat. So I didn't block you and you come back with the same thing again. I wasn't the one who blocked you. I'm not the one, and nobody was blocked. I don't know who did that to you. It was just about 2 weeks ago. I told everybody that I'm going to take off the blue coats. I'm not going to keep up with the conversation. This is my channel, and I'm not going to keep going back and forth. I'm not going to lose focus of what I'm talking about. So if you're not comfortable in being here, you can go. I didn't go searching for you, you know. So I don't know why you keep coming. You do come on with an agenda, and I noticed it. I noticed it. So you're not happy, you can move on. I tell everybody whenever they becomes uncomfortable or unhappy, move on. Move on to another channel. Don't waste your time. I'm not going to force anybody to stay here. You understand me? And every time you come with the same thing, the same thing. I don't know why. Why are you going to look at Tetia because she's in blue coat? So that's all you want to be in a blue coat. You're not interested in the channel. If you just want to be a blue coat, what about when there's no blue coat around? What are you going to do? You can move on. Move on. I tell you. You don't have to hang around and get miserable. You don't have to hang around and get miserable. And I'm not going to stray from my point. I'm focusing on exercising. Thank you, Tetia. Focusing on exercising. We need to exercise our bodies because, yes, we want to maintain good health. And if we only do we think only exercise can give us good health? No, no. We have to balance it. So yes, we get up in the mornings. I see persons go for walks. I see them go ride different type of exercise. Some go riding bicycles, especially in the summer now. Some they do some different on the spot exercise. Some have their exercise machines in their homes, so they go there and spend some time. Some they choose the hour of the day, whether it be morning, evening, whatever. They choose their time because person exercise is one of the best way to help the blood to flow, right? And it helps the mind to be afresh and it doesn't harbor negative, although persons will still do some exercise and still maintain that negative attitude. It doesn't only change it. Exercising cannot change the negativity that people has because changing a person takes time. It takes time. And you're doing exercise, like Trinity sister had said, it makes her feel good. I remember some time ago, if I'm not mistaken, she had said that she wanted to lose weight. So maybe sometimes when you're overweight, you need to go out and do something rigorous. Walk, not just walking like you're weak, but putting energy into the walking. And there are times you're going to go and do some running. Do some running. You may be at home and it's not possible to go out and do what you're running or riding bicycles or jogging on the spot or doing the different type of activities on the spot. You may be limited. It may be during the winter months. Sorry. And the snow is out there. You cannot run there. So you're not going to say, oh, I cannot go outside. There are activities that you can do inside your home that can help to keep you going because the blood itself that moves up and down, if you don't exercise, you're aiming for ill health. And at the same time, let me go back to where I was before I go to ill health. When we exercise, we have to create a balance. We have to create a balance, meaning that we have to eat properly. You can't be wasting our time exercising and we go back and eat the things that's going to make us sick. We go back and eat the things, so we exercise. We go back and eat the things, and we put on the weight again. Come on, guys. Like up the life, man. This is a nice topic for the Friday, I think. And I said that I would share it, right? We go back and eat the things that we're not supposed to eat. You know the things that you're not to eat to gain weight. Because you know, if you eat these things, you're going to exercise and go back and eat again. And then you eat it, oh, I'm going to burn it off, man. You go and do some more exercise. You go back and eat the same thing again. So, how are you going to lose the weight? You're going to lose the weight today and put it on double tomorrow. So you lose 2 pounds today and you go back and eat the things and again. It is, thank you very much. Somebody came on, that's a very nice team and toss. It is not easy. What can we do to make it a little easier? We have to be disciplined, meaning that we have to be serious. If I'm serious about exercising, I'm going to pay attention. That is it. So there goes T-Man. He is struggling to gain weight. He wants to put on some weight. Maybe I should say to him, stay where you are, you're better off. Because you're going to gain weight and you may develop diabetes. Right? When I was growing too, I was very skinny. And I wanted to gain weight too. We all want to do that. But after we have gained the weight, we become sluggish, become lazy. We don't want to do, we don't move about as we normally do. We oh, I'm tired. Okay, another instance where uh, one can gain weight without even realizing is eating the different things, and at the same time you're sitting before the television, right? You're sitting before the television and you're eating those things, and you don't get up even for a moment to walk, to stretch. You have the remote in your hand, moving from one channel to the other, from one channel to the other. And when you realize that, you can spend hours, you can spend hours, right? I'm reluctant. I don't know where you get some of your things from. Let T-Man decide what he wants to do. I'm not going to be here convincing anybody or telling anybody to do no loads of meat or any foolishness. He is able to decide where he's at, what he wants to do. And if he wants to gain weight, he should know what the best method for him to do is to go and see a dietitian. I am not a dietitian. I'm not aware of me having a dietitian on my program here, on my channel. Okay, I've had enough of you, gamer. I've had enough and I know what I'll do, so you don't worry. You see, you show yourself. You show yourself. Thank you. So when I do what I have to do, when you go, you don't return. I almost just give you a chance, right? So when you go, you don't return because you are like those trollers. You are like those trollers who go around and create a problem. Don't you think I was watching you? I was watching you. I was watching you. So that is why you return. But why did you return? To do the same things that you normally do. So whoever had taken you, give you time out, doesn't want you to be on, maybe that person was wise. So you're showing up yourself. You are showing up yourself, who you really are. You're making yourself visible in the eyes of everybody. Mm-hmm. But what did I read in the Psalm? He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under his tabernacle. So if we are not putting ourselves to be in God's care, we cannot abide there. So then we are going to be so exposed and we are going to be seen as who we really are. But if we abide by what the Lord says, He will cover us. He will cover us. So what you're trying to do now is to distract. You're not distracting me. You're just showing up yourself, who you really are. Right? So you show yourself as a great pretender and what you choose to do. All we want here is positive. We want positive vibes here. We don't want any negative. No negative. Positive. By reluctant, you can go. You can go. You can go before. You can go before. You can go. I have no bitterness, but you can go. So I'm going back to talking about exercise. I do exercise. I like walking, and walking is one of the easiest forms of exercise. The easiest forms. And walking, once you can walk, it helps. It helps the brain. It means it helps you to think. It helps the muscles to move. It helps the muscles to move. And there are times some persons have difficulty in moving about. Don't force yourself. If you have to use a walker or a cane to help you, you use it to help you. If you're only able to walk 20 feet in a day, you do the 20. You don't force yourself unnecessarily because you may pushing yourself and injure yourself. So, say for example, for the first few days, you're only able to walk 20 feet, or should I say, let me say 30, a few steps. Let me not put a number. You're able to walk a few steps. As the time progresses, and you're serious about that exercising, walking, you can just improve on it. So you do some now, a few days again, you don't do it and stop. Exercising is consistency. Consistency. You don't stop. You don't stop. You would keep doing it. And our bodies knows when it is tired. So don't overdo. Don't overdo it today and tomorrow you cannot go because you overdo what you're supposed to do. Right? So you take your time and you do it regularly. And you can do it in the mornings, you can do it in the evenings, whatever time that you are able to do it, you do some exercise. And I won't tell you about the food. We'll talk about the food another time. But what I can say is you have to match your exercising with your diet, right? You have to match it with your diet. Somebody wants to gain weight or want to lose weight by using the diet means that what they eat, it's best to see a dietitian because when you go to see your dietitian, and who doesn't know who is a dietitian, when you go to you can look that up, make an appointment, and they will give you a guide sheet as to what you should eat. Very good, Trinity. A salad is always good. It's a guide they will give you to follow as you have your meals. Right? So you don't just try to just eat any and anything because you don't want your body to be denied of what you should get, right? You don't want to be denied because if you deny your body of certain benefits, then you're going to be exposed to the elements of getting various diseases and get sick. And then now you'd have to keep going to the doctor, right? So we have to have our vitamins and our minerals and everything, those things that we need. We need the nutrients. So if we are going to be eating one set of things that has very little nutrients in it, then it means that our bodies are going to be lacking, right? Our bodies are going to be lacking. So we have to focus. We have to focus on what we eat, what we put in our bodies, right? We have to stay focused, right? We have to stay focused because doing exercise is good. It comes with consistency. It comes with discipline. And you realize that persons who are serious with their exercising, they follow a type of diet that goes along with the exercise, right? They follow the type of diet. So let me say that discipline, being disciplined is what is important. Being disciplined. I've been seeing Teti. I don't know what is happening to you, Teti. Um, sometimes, sometimes persons will come on and make comments. I may not respond to their comments at that time when they would want me to, but I do respond to comments, right? Yes, our temple must be clean. Thank you, Teti. I wanted you to see what I'm seeing, but we just will let it go by, right? Okay, our temple must be clean. So, if we, what's a temple? Our body. So, if we don't try to start out with a clean body, clean utensil, how do we expect we're going to go out there and say we're exercising and our system is going to collapse? We may faint because our body is not ready. So, before we go to do any exercise, like I said, you have to talk with your doctor, talk with your physician, talk with your dietitian, talk with the people who are able to make you complete, right? They will make you complete. Reluctant is very complete, right? He's very complete as to what he does, right? So we are going well. We entertain positive people, positive vibes, and when we see their behaviors, we just let them go because they can only run for a time. And every good thing do come to an end. And every man has its day. And like I learned when I was a child, every dog has its 4 o'clock. So when people pretend they are just, they say the higher the monkey climbs up the ladder, is the more he's going to be exposed. And the more he exposes himself to others, is the more he will be seen, right? So let me not go any further on that because today is Friday and I'm using the necessary time to achieve, and I have a early schedule, and I think Tetia does the same. So we'll go on until it's about time, right? We have a few minutes to go. The devil do provides things for people who allow the devil to rule them. Oh, you're walking now. Okay, you're on time. I don't want to hear anything from you. It's reluctant. You can keep that to yourself, right? So you have a good day, Tati, or whatever it is. Be careful. You be careful, and we hope to have a wonderful afternoon. Maybe you may be at work because I'll be off after 3 thereabout, and well, maybe by the time I start my Friday vespers, you would have been probably be home or nearing home. And I know it's a little difficult because you have to do a little Friday shopping so you can have some time for yourself on the weekend. So I missed you last Friday because I started early. So I will not be starting so very early this Friday because the time I started last week, I'll be just leaving that time, leaving work today. So I'm just going to be good and give the Lord thanks. Okay, you're so rich. I'm not leaving until you reach because I want to know that you reach safely. I thank you for being here. And without you, this morning, I would have allowed you to see what has taken place and how much the devil has utilized of some people. And all that is happening is that there's a grudge. There's a grudge. And that's all people entertain. So when people entertain grudgeful thoughts and enviousness, there's no way they will be able to reach and achieve, right? So I'm learning as we go along. I'm learning. But I want to let everybody knows that exercising is the way forward. It's the best way, right? The doctors will tell you, and they will tell you that at least start your exercise by walking. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell people what to do, but at least you can start your exercise by walking. But you can first discuss with your doctor. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to tell you to run, run a mile when you may not be able to even walk a quarter mile, right? And it's easier to walk in your exercise than to do running that you cannot manage. You may have a heart condition and you start to do some harsh running and you end up collapsing. So when you talk with your doctor, you reason with a health professional, reason with them, and they will advise you. But I still think walking is an acceptable form of exercise. Walking is good, right? And we need to give our heart the exercise it needs because the heart pumps the blood around the body. We can do too much hectic exercise and give the heart too much of a harsh pressure because it will collapse. So that is why before you start any form of exercise, it is best to talk it over with your healthcare provider. Talk it over with them. They are the ones who are going to help you to be able to master. And they will be doing checks on you. So you'll be giving reports. And then as well, they'll also give you a diet sheet to follow. Because we all know that after we exercise, our appetite is going to be so open. And we are going to want to go back and eat the things that we shouldn't eat. Go back and eat those things. Right? So I think it was a good topic for discussion in the morning. We don't stay on very late every every morning because like I said, we have different chores to do. So we have to measure our time wisely to say, just like how I'm measuring my time, I expect other persons to be measuring their time too. Because when you're able to do that, you're able to become a master of time. And you become a master of time, it is telling everybody that you are a person who is not a person who wastes time. Because time waste cannot be regained. You go about wasting your time or wasting other people's time, it's not going to help. It's not going to help you, right? You may think it's helping you, but it doesn't. In the long run, you're going to lose as well. So I implore persons to do some exercise, talk with their healthcare provider, and they will tell you, right? You can just walk. Walk. You don't have to walk and out of breath. Take your time and walk. Take your time and walk. You just walk around the block or halfway up the block and halfway down and you go and rest. So while you're walking, it gives energy to your muscles, your leg muscles, to your entire body, the skeletal part of your body. It gives exercise. And the heart gets the exercise too. So everything you do compiles to making it good. So that is why I was saying to Trinity's sister when she said exercise is good. Yes, it's good, but what makes it good? What makes it good? And she was able to say, what she said. She was able to say that I'm still holding on until Tetia reaches. Okay. Okay, so I see that you are busy. So Tetia, that's how it is sometimes. But that's why I was saying that persons have to measure their time. I measure my time and you measure yours because you know what you want to achieve and what you have to achieve at the end of the day. Whether you're at home or at work, you're at home, you need to have a plan as to how you're going to, what you're going to do for the day. You're at your work site, you know what your schedule is, what you have to do, right? And now it's in the morning when the work is buzzing and you have the energy and the, the alertness, and the Holy Spirit is there to guide you. What more would you want? That's how you're going to make your achievement, right? So I don't want persons just lay in bed, just lay in bed lazily. They can get up and do something. So, Sister Tess, I'm just going to hang on. I was talking about exercise, but I realized that time is on your hand there where you're at, and today is Friday, and you need to get things done. We can still catch up. The Lord is not going to separate us permanently yet, because He knows that we need each other for support. So, although I'm going to have the live on for a while, I'm going to allow you to kind of focus, because that is what we need to do. I'm focusing from here. I know I have had time to reach work this morning, and it's the earliest for the week. I have to put out the time, the effort. So do what you have to do, and we can connect later. But for now, as I said, I will leave the live running because I'm not gone. I'll just sit here and, keep it going. Yeah. Yes, man. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And you see how some people behave? You see how some people behave? I won't call name. Because some people are just watching what other people are doing and get jealous. I try to make the topic very realistic. All some people want, is to see others in blue coat and want blue coat. And when they can't get the blue coat, they become a turncoat. And when they become the turncoat, then you see the real person who they really are. Hmm. You see the real person. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I know that sometimes some people fall along the wayside. They, they fall along the wayside. And then they begrudge others when they see them thriving. So they develop all sorts of thoughts, and some pretend along the way that they are with you, but they really weren't with you. So it's just something that you learn to say that you want to know more, match ants, and you see the belly. We know that ants doesn't have a belly, but that's how some people behave. But as like I said, the days of me being weak and timid and would run away and hide, I am not running away and hide. Mm-mm. I am. I'm not somebody who quits. I'm a fighter. I will hang. Yes, some people are great pretenders. I will stand up. I will stand up. So, you know, it's just that I'm giving them all the rope. I'm giving them all the time. Giving them all the time. As somebody else said, sometimes you tolerate them for a purpose. Yeah, and I'm seeing the purpose. Hmm. Yeah, I just, I'm just staying right here until I'm ready to go get up because I have a number of things to get done this morning. Let me see the time. Yes, I'm watching the movie. So sad that I can't stay all time. Hmm. Yeah, they have a seat. They have a seat. Anyway, I want to go and have a I have to go and go into the kitchen, but before I go, I want to get a little short resting, not to sleep, a short resting to to make sure that I'm a little relaxed to go and face the morning, because when I start moving about now, there's no sitting down. There's no We're not sitting down. There's no resting. So I said it's still going up to 8 o'clock. I can still 8 o'clock. Let me look. It's It's going up to 8 o'clock. It's going up to 8 o'clock. So I'm going to hang on a little, and then and then I will just go and do what I have to do. I want to make a cornmeal pudding this evening after work. I could have tried it before I go, but I want to do two things. I want to make I like the cornmeal pudding with the gravy on the top, and then I want to make a chocolate cake for my son. So those things, I like to do it when I'm relaxed. I don't like to do them in a hurry. So I will do them when I return. And on a weekend you want a little extra thing. And I like puddings. I didn't remember to buy some sweet potatoes. But somehow they will have to flee the name of the Lord, right? Or the devil send them, right? So they will have to flee. So that's why I'm not even focusing. But they don't know what they don't know what they are doing even just now. Remember what I said about interacting, Tetia, we don't have to say much. Interacting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. You're going to learn about me how much I have patience. Although sometimes some people cause the patience to run out, but I ask the Lord to give me more patience, to give so that I can be strengthened. And when people come around to do things, let me see them. Don't let me rush into judging people. But I used to judge them positively or negatively. For some, I can't see the heart of men. We can't see their hearts, so they come around. They do come around. So when we give the Lord His leading, He will uncover all of what they were using to cover, to hide themselves. But I don't know. I'm just taking it as we go along. So I like the cornmeal pudding with the gravy. We call it slush on the top. And I like my cornmeal puddings warm. And the other day I was thinking of doing some blow draws, but you know, I like when it is done in the banana leaf. And I don't have any banana tree. We don't have any banana tree here, but I do get green bananas to buy in the store. But I don't want to put them in any plastic bag. Yeah, man, the Lord expose them. Why do you think? If it was other times, I would be off already. But the Lord giving me strength to sit, look, and as I say, don't leave, stay and look. So I stayed. And during those times, you were maybe busy, or you say you were walking. So what I'm trying to say is, I like the potato pudding, but I find myself preferring the cornmeal pudding. You know, it's very rare I'm able to make the potato pudding with the little gravy on the top. It tends to come off dry, so sometimes I don't like it. And I like my cornmeal pudding with a little gravy on the top. And I don't like to bake my pudding in the oven. I steam them. I don't like to put them in the oven to bake. Even when I'm baking in the oven, I'll put in a pot of something with water to sort of steam them. But you see, sometimes you're not able to fill up the oven with things. Maybe just a one or two item. So somebody had showed me how to use the pot and steam pudding or cake or fish or baked chicken. And you see from they show me, eh, there were times I would bake every weekend. But now it takes a little more time. I don't really do it every weekend. And then you have to be in the mood to do something. And too much sweet, so sometimes I don't. And from there, tell me how to go about baking on the stove top. It's the same method we would have used. It's a little different when people say they use the outside, outside to bake. You can't do anything. You're just trying to make things bad. I am quite fine. Yeah, yes, you know. So we are going to, some people are just unhappy. So we do our best in what we can do. So I'm going to bake that pudding and do what we need to do. And I'm going to do it later in the evening. Later in the evening. Right? In the evening, I have more time and I will do what, when you have more time in doing something, you're not so rushy. You're not so rushy. So you take your time and do what you need to get done. Okay. So I think um, I think I've had enough of these people now. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't break any rules for YouTube. I sure didn't. So I'm very much here. And YouTube is not foolish to go about doing what. So that's why sometimes when persons are pushed in the corner, that is what they do. So, Tati, I don't have any more time to sit and watch these sort of foolish comments. I'm going to, you go. Maybe you're over. You yourself is over, right? You yourself is over. I don't have to be in an argument with you. So, Tati, you have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day because I'm here and I have things to get done. And this is where we are going to take our break for the morning. So, have a wonderful morning and we will be together later. So, reluctant gamer, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful morning. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And may the Lord bless you abundantly and richly. Okay? I have to go now. I have other things to do for the day. Right. Have a wonderful day and enjoy all of what you're about to do. That's your problem. I'm going off to do. I have a lot of things to do for the morning. I have no more time to sit here with you. And I have achieved my goal. What I set about to do, I have done that. And for the others who had come on, let me hasten to say, may the Lord bless you bountifully. And whatever you ask Him for, He will give you more than what you would have even imagined. So avoid speaking evil of others, and the Lord will bless you even more. Because the more good we are able to do, is the more we are able to reach others. Right? So I have to move now. And when some people are very disruptive, it doesn't make any sense you have them on. Right? I'm not going to pay any attention to listen to any more rubbish because I have more serious things to do than to be with people who are great pretenders. So bye everyone from Auntie D TV. Have a wonderful day. Sister Tetia, I'm happy you're always here. And I hope the Lord will give you a wonderful day. So no matter what comes your way today, you said a lot of buses are there to be tested. Do what you can do. And if the job proves difficult, you can call on him. Call on the master. He will send help to your aid. Okay? Thank you very much for being here. And thank you for being who you are. Okay? Bye bye.